Hi guys, just sorting the boys out now, just bringing my bowl out the front room. There we go. And I got my piece of paper. You going to go up the garden for me then, Stu? There they are. Good boys. Let me come through. Don't stop in front of me, I can't see. There you go. Right. Turn the kitchen light on. There we go. Snoop's hot and puffy again. I can hear huffing and puffing. Go on in, off you go. Good boys. Just have a look. Yes, off you go then. Go on up the garden. Oh, it's nippy out there, guys. It's lovely in here. I'll just push the door too. Right, let's go and sort the boys' beds out before they come back in. Let me open my selfie stick up. We'll get some of these lights on so we can see what we're doing. Right, that's the first one. And number two. Right, we're in. Oh, lovely. There you go. What's it like up there? You're on the window ledge, that's where you are. Right, just got the dog's bowls. Right. It's just gone 10 o'clock, so it's not too late. I'll then go through my messages. There you go. Right, if I put the lid on the box, I can put the phone on here, it's safer on there. Less chance of it getting knocked over. There you go, how's that? Can you see up the corner now? If I put it like that. Yeah, there you go. That's where the boys are going to be. Right, I haven't come in yet, they're a bit late tonight. Lovely. See if I can get the bedding down before the boys come in tonight. Be a first. Yeah, that's unusual. Boys usually come in before I do this. Right, we take the bowls in. I'll get their biscuits ready. And I'll better see what they're up to. They might be up to no good. Like children. When it goes quiet, something's happening. You know something's wrong. Right, I've got their biscuits. Right, that's ready. Right. What are you up to, guys? Hey, good boy, Snoop. Answer. Good boy. Right. Locked. Keys out. Sorted. You going to bed? Go on then. Off you go. I've got your biscuits ready. Go on then. Off you go. There they go. There's my boys. Right. Are you ready for this? Here goes Snoop first. Here goes Snoop. Good boys. There you go, friends. Right, night night, guys. Sleep tight. Right, boys are tucked up. They should stay there. They feel lovely and soft today because I bathed them both yesterday. They've got lovely soft coats. Night night, guys. Sleep tight. I'll see you in the morning. Ah, oh, this is lovely. Right, come on, let's get this show on the road. It's that time. Before you all go to sleep as well, I must keep you lot up. Oh, let me just tip the selfie stick down just a little bit, guys. There you go. So you can see the sink a little bit better, because that's where we'll be working. How's that? Is that better? Right, let me run the cold water off. And we can fill the washing bowl up. I finished another jam today, so I've got one spare, so it's all right. I'll be shopping again on Friday evening, so I'll get some more. Right, there we go. Let's just rinse the plates off. Right, it's just coming through hot now. Right. Right, I think I've got 2 shout outs, guys. Let me have a look. Yes, I've got 2 shout outs to do tonight. I'll just click those on my selfie stick so I don't forget to do them. There we go, I'll do that in a minute. Oh dear. Ooh. I think I'm going to sleep well tonight. It was a busy day at work. I was pleased to come home. Right, where's my gloves? Right, had some lovely messages of you guys, and what I love is it's like having a family, like a whole group of friends, and when somebody's got a problem and they let me know or let us know, it's lovely that I'm not the only subscriber who'll answer those questions. A lot of you will join in, which is really lovely, to try and offer your support to somebody who's on a bit of a downer when things aren't going right. We've all been there. We've all had terrible things going on where we need a little bit of support. And I've got a couple here, a couple of shout outs, and one is from Linda. Now Linda is saying she's in a bad place at the moment, so I hope everything works out for you, Linda. Keep in touch and let us know what's going on. But yes, all my thoughts are with you. And the other one, I've got a call from Jill, and Jill's been in bed all day. She has been feeling very well, had a thumping headache. So I hope you get better soon, Jill, and I hope you can get out of that bed. Right, they're the 2 shout outs. I haven't got any other shout outs, but it's lovely that all you other subscribers join in and offer support to people like this, because we all know what it's like when things aren't going your way. So that's lovely. So keep it up, because I think it's absolutely wonderful. Right, what else can I tell you guys today? It was a good day. It didn't rain. A bit of a bruisey bonus, that one. I cleaned the car yesterday. When I say I cleaned the car, I got the car cleaned. I won't take all the the praise for it, because I didn't clean it. The car was so muddy and I hadn't got a lot of time. When I finished visiting my parents on Sunday, before I went to see my friend Peter, I went to get the car washed. And they can clean inside, outside, whatever you want, they'll do it for you. So I went and got the car cleaned yesterday. And then I did all my lights and my levels. I've checked the tyre pressures. I've gone right through the car. So I'm ready for my trip. To Scotland on Sunday. Had to think then. So I'm all ready. I'm fired up, ready to go. Just got to pack the car and put some fuel in it, fill her up again. So I'm so looking forward to this. There we go. Right, now all the bits to do. So what else has happened? Everybody was pleased. Everybody said, "Oh, pleased you're back at work." I said, "Well, it's nice to know that I was missed." But yes, it's lovely to go back to places like Cambridge and Bury and Colchester. I haven't been back to Colchester for, oh my goodness me, probably about 5, maybe 6 months now. So yeah, I'm due to go back to Colchester possibly. And again, some of the other sites, it's funny, you go for a spate where you do one site a lot and then you don't do it for ages. And I haven't done Ipswich for, oh my goodness me, probably 2, maybe 3 years now. I used to be quite a regular visitor at one stage, but I haven't been there for such a long time. And it's when you go back to places that people have left and you suddenly realise that half the staff you don't know anymore. Some places are worse than that. Some sites seem to have a higher turnover of staff than others, where people become a bit disillusioned or a bit fed up with it and they all move on. And the next time you visit, there's hardly anybody there you know. You have to relearn everybody's names again because they're all new people. That happens fairly regularly. But then the other side to that is when you leave, if you leave one garage and move on, like I have done on a fairly regular basis, I've often bumped into people I've worked at other sites and for other companies. Yeah, they're still all out there doing something very similar to what I used to do, where you just move around the garages to keep your wages going up. And it's lovely that they're still out there. Something that happened to me when I first started in the motor trade, and I'm going back in the 1970s, guys. And I started off as an apprentice, and I was shown around the garage initially by the foreman. The foreman takes you around the workshop and introduces you to all the members of staff, so they know who you are and you know who they are. You never remember their names, not that first meeting, because there's just too many people. You get to learn them as the weeks go on. And I can remember most of them were saying to me, don't come into the motor trade, choose another trade. It's a terrible trade. You're young, find another trade. And I stuck with it. I've stuck with this for nearly 50 years. I'm about a year shy of 50 years now. And I am offering the same words of encouragement to people who start, you know. It's lovely when you find somebody who does want to be in the motor trade, but it doesn't seem to happen very often now. A lot of these apprentices they take on into the motor trade don't last. They start off okay, and then it sort of changes. They either lose interest, or it's the money's not good enough. There's always something, and they just lose interest, and they're a lost cause. And it's such a shame, because it's been a long time since I've found a really good apprentice. And I've got one in Bury St Edmunds, and he's one of those who's he breaks the mould because he is good, and he's good in certain departments that I'm not, as in on the computers. He's brilliant. And I'm hopeless at computers. So it's lovely having someone, and this is a youngster, and he's only been in the trade for a couple of years now, and he's learned really well. He's handling the situation extremely well. And he helps me when I've got a problem on the computer. He's the one I turn to help me. And that's lovely. That is really lovely. And I hope he sticks it, because I think he will, and I think he's going to make a fantastic mechanic, as long as he can stick it. It's that initial, those first few years. If you can get past that and get past your apprenticeship and become qualified, that's when you learn. That's when you start learning things, and more so when you move to different garages. And so you're not just tied to one franchise. So you start learning the differences between the franchises. They're all very similar, but they're different, and that's the important thing. And you take that with you from garage to garage to garage, and it really comes in handy. And I've worked for so many different franchises. I found that's been invaluable. It's experience you learn something all the time. There's always something to learn. So that's a good thing in the motor trade. But then I've got to the stage now where we've got all these electric vehicles coming through, and everything's on the computers now. It's all software updates, and I'm not into computers, and that's where I struggle a little bit, because I'm more what I class as a hands-on motor mechanic. You know, I was pulling engines and gearboxes and axles to bits, and brakes and suspension. That's where I like to be. I don't want to be stood there tapping away at a laptop, putting new software into a car. That's not what I do. But I'll let the youngsters do that, like this apprentice. He's very good at that, so I can rely on him to do that. So if a job comes in like that, he's the person to turn to do that job. I don't mind doing the other jobs. If he can do all those ones, that's fantastic. And that's the way it's going now. Everything is like this now. Everything's computers and software updates and yeah. Oh for technology, hey? Moving with the times. Yeah. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think I'll stick with what I've got. I'll stick with my little Jimny, which is super basic and easy to work on. And it's not tied down by computers like modern cars are. Yeah, lovely little car. Right, guys, I've got the dog's dishes to do and we are there, we are done. I've done the shout out, so there's only those 2 to do tonight. I am going to have a reasonably early night. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. It was nice this morning as well. It was wasn't windy, wasn't wet. It was really nice. So maybe tomorrow will be different. I haven't checked the weather for this week and I'm not going to look. I'm just going to take it day by day and see how it goes. But yes, today was really nice. And that was something as well when I went back to Cambridge today. It's a more modern workshop and they've got all new equipment. The doors, they've only got one door into the actual workshop, so everything comes through that one door, and then you can shut that one door and it keeps it nice and warm, or you can half close it. Now all the other sites have always got big doors and they're always open, so they're like wind tunnels. And so when I turned up to Cambridge this morning and I drove my car straight into the workshop to unload the tools, I got out of my car and it was like, whoa, it's like coming back into your bedroom. It was so warm, it was lovely. Really nice. Yeah, Bury was the opposite. Bury was flipping cold and windy. So I do like Cambridge for that. The heating is wonderful. I wouldn't want to pay the bills though, but yes, the heating was lovely. Right, do I need any more water? Yes, I'd better fill my kettle up. I'll just do that now. Here we go. Right, I'll pop this on the side. Right, all the sockets are turned off. Back door's locked. Just wipe my gloves and we can get upstairs to bed. Turn that upside down, let that drain. Got to rinse that out as well. There, that can all drain. That was the jam jar. I forgot to turn it upside down. Right, there we go. Right, if I bring the selfie stick over here so you can see what I'm up to. I'm only hanging the towel up. There you go, that's better. Right, gloves off, kettle's filled, everything's turned off. It's 22, 27 hours. Take my peg off, I'll leave my peg down here. I don't want to take that upstairs. Right, night night guys, I'll see you in the morning. I'll just turn the radio on for the boys. There we go. That's got it. And that's done. Right, out we go. Just straighten up the duvet on the boys' sofa. I'll hoover up in here in the morning. I'm not going to do it tonight. I've started doing this in the morning now. I used to always do it in the evening, but I'm doing it in the mornings now. It means I can get to bed. Right, come on, let's go to bed. All right, turn that one on, that one on, that one off. I'll pull the door to. That's pulled. There's a tissue there. I'll leave that on the table. I'll throw that away in the morning. Right, here we go. If I shut the door and turn that one off, and up we go, up to bed. I had my winter duvet on last night for the first time. Oh, it's lovely. It's heavy, so it sort of pushes you down into the mattress a little bit, which is lovely. and it does hug, and I'm so stuck this morning I didn't want to get up. There you go. Right, I haven't got too much jewellery on tonight. Let's just take that off now before I get myself settled down. There you go. Oh, there you go, guys. Right, if I shorten the selfie stick a little bit, get rid of some of that height. There you go. Right. That goes in there. Oh, can I get it off? I think it's coming. It's my knuckles. I've got really big knuckles. There you go, it's off. Lovely. And the necklace, and we're done. Right. Somebody said to me, one of the video messages I got was somebody said, do you always take your rings off? Why do you take your rings off? I've only got the one ring. I never had a ring when I got married. And when I got married, my wife said to me, do you want a ring? And I said, there's no point. I said, because it would get wrecked. I can't wear a ring at work because it would get damaged, it gets scratched, and it's a hazard. You can catch it. You could tear your skin, tear your finger. So I never had a ring when we got married. The ring I've got now is a friendship ring that somebody gave me, and I only wear it when I'm away from work. So like this now, or at the weekends. But yes, jewellery, like my necklace, I wear those. I don't wear that at work either, again, because it could get caught, could get pulled off. I don't want to lose it. Earrings, I've just got my little studs in, which I've been told I can have for work, but I can't have big ones. Just little studs are fine. They're fine with those. So yeah, I just have to be careful. The one I do wear for work is this one, which is my copper bangle. And that's for my arthritis, because I've got arthritis, guys. And I find that really works. Doesn't work for everybody, I know, but it works for me. I started off, I found a copper bracelet in an old car. It was a sales car that was traded in. And there's a copper bangle laying under the seat, similar to this, a really skinny one. And I slipped it on my wrist, and I immediately, my hands felt a lot better immediately, and I thought it was just me being silly. So I took it off again, and my hands got all stiff again. So I put it back on, and it worked again. So that's, ever since then, I've always had copper bangles. So I've been wearing copper bangles now for probably about 25, 30 years now. And it works for me. I don't think it works for everybody. I don't know if it's in your head that you think it works, but whatever, it works for me. And yes, I've always got a copper bangle on, but not at night. I take it off at night, like I do everything else. Right, I'm going to bid you guys night-night. Sleep tight. I shall put a music video on for you guys in the morning, and then a couple of videos during the day, so you've got something to watch, and then we can have a chat again later in the evening, if that's okay. Right, so I'm going to sign out, and I shall speak to you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye for now.